Perfect. That was perfect, man. Look at my big old head. But hey, Nick's sitting there saying, "Hey, why is this guy talking? Why ain't he bringing me up?"
That's a
there
big
he
head.
Is.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Big head. You had a quite big head there, I have to admit, mate.
On a massive head, man. I'll tell you what, if the Predator saw that head, he'd be like, I gotta get that head.
Thanks for everyone in chat.
Give a big up, Rebecca. You finally made it. I see you're not working your double shifts. So thank you for joining us, Rebecca, man. Much love. This is my horror movie buddy. We always chat about horror movies together.
Nice, like the Terrifier.
Oh, see, don't get us started now.
I haven't seen it, mate. I still need to see because my missus she's goth, so but she don't like clowns. But she don't like clowns, mate. That's the problem.
Oh man. And hello, John Stokes. How's
it going, John? Rotary, how's it going, bruv?
Yes, brother. Thank you. And where we at? We're trying to get everybody up here saying yes.
Nathan from the Quantum Show. Hey Nathan, how's it going, bruv?
How you doing? Is that a show? Like a podcast or something?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely seen it in definitely in a chat. In various UFO channels, definitely have heard of that name. But welcome in.
Yes. Thank you. And Rebecca's saying hi again. Oh, Corbell's cat. Corbell's cat. Come on, man. Come on. Off for a week. Yeah. There you go.
Nice. Wish can do the same.
There you go. And
Diva. I did mention. Yeah, I just listened to your message and congratulations on the new. I'm not gonna talk about anything personal, but yeah, congratulations. I was gonna do a voicemail. I was like, oh my god, it's about to go live. So, but yeah, City Diva, thanks for being here and pop in tomorrow for a cup of tea. Someone who I knew personally, and we'll talk about the 11/11 for sure at some point. Definitely. Yes, have a show. Yes, I thought you did, Nathan. Yeah. I'm gonna go check you out.
You know, I was just gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna check it out. Yes. Okay. So how's everybody been? Hey, we haven't seen you guys since before New Year's. It was New Year's Eve, so I haven't seen you guys. I know Nick has been doing his thing. So
yeah, I've been doing various live streams, anything that's more or less up to date in ufology and everything. And yeah, Nathan, I just subscribed. I have seen you before, mate. I have seen you before, but yeah, let's put a link in for our fellow UFO channel.
Can you have I oh, never mind. Yes, we're Mr. International. We're in Copenhagen. Much love to you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Welcome him, Drumstick. Welcome him in. So yeah, it's been a very interesting. No problem, bruv. No problem. Could do with the views. And as I say, we're all UFO channels. We're all on the same wavelength. So let's try and support each other. I think that's quite important in a positive way.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my channel. I'm going to do UFOs, but I'm going to do it from, let's say, if Cheech and Chong was to do a UFO review channel. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, good Cheech and Chong reads. This is it. This is the main thing. Can they actually read? But no, we are like the Cheech and Chong of UFO channels.
But we're better because we can't read.
Yeah, exactly. And it's entertaining. Some people say it's not funny. I find it hilarious. My mum finds it hilarious.
My missus don't find it too hilarious.
Well, we're rock your boat, I guess, isn't it, mate? Ted in England, welcome in, mate.
But the thing is, I'm glad we're on right here because there's something I do want to address. The thing is, because I had a comment a couple of weeks ago, I believe, yeah, and somebody said to me in this comment, basically they said that because I mispronounced or I overemphasized the word Iran,
right?
They said that it's a shame that I'm English and I mispronounced. I said Iran as an American would say it.
Right.
Well, the thing is, this is what I want to say. I am an American.
You're from Florida, aren't you, originally?
I'm a dual citizen. I'm American and English. Now, my schooling and my education is an American education. So I will say things, but the other thing is, it doesn't mean that I'm stupid. I do have problems pronouncing words.
Same here, mate. Same here.
It doesn't make us stupid. It just means that we just have problems pronouncing words. So to the person who wrote that comment, you know, eat a dick.
I love it. Look, in England,
no,
right?
because he basically called me stupid, Nick. He called me stupid. He said because I overemphasized the word Iran. I mean,
wow, what a dick. Yeah, eat a bag of dicks, honestly.
And eat a dick.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna get people like that, mate. I mean, when I had my live streaming the other day, I just like Jesus freaking giving it all that, and then down votes my video. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're still a dick, you know. Yeah. But you just get people like that, mate. You know what it's like. You've been in this game long enough.
But you know what I mean. I could go to a school and learn how to pronounce, but I still like it. You know. The thing is, thank you. That's exactly what I was. That's where I was going. I like the way I am. I like that I may mispronounce words or sometimes get words wrong because, you know, I don't read from a script. When I'm making my videos, I do not read from a script. I kind of like if Rebecca's still here, she'll understand. I'm kind of like Captain Spaulding. I call it the way I see it. I'm not an expert. I'm not a ufologist because you know what I mean, Nick? I haven't been to university and got my degree in UFOs. So I'm not a ufologist.
I think ufologist is just a made up term, isn't it? It's like I'm a self-claimed expert. You know what I mean? It's just like
that's it. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I think there are people that you could give the term ufologist, but those are the guys. To me, those are the boots on the ground kind of people.
A bit like me, Fox Mulder.
There you go.
Mate.
Well, anyways, let's get back, guys. We are starting the show now.
Yeah, we are starting the show. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the MJ-12 documents. We're going to go through that a bit, but I think it's worth bringing up what everyone's talking about in ufology. Mate, I was going to ask you this question, right? Would you say there's a UFO community or not?
Yes, I would.
You would say it is a community as an overall.
No. Sorry.
No. Carry on.
I think I'm interpreting your question. I hope I got that right because that guy will write to me and he'll say eat a dick and you still can't pronounce shit. But anyways, what I wanted to say about the UFO community, there is a community. In fact, there are several communities. Like you can look at what goes on in Reddit. Reddit, not Reddit, X. Yeah. You know, the X spaces. Now they're a community in themselves.
Sure.
So that's one UFO community. You look at the Reddit, and I would rather stick with the Reddit community because there are some really good people in there that I do have a privilege of talking to them at least on a weekly basis. But yeah, why? Where was this leading?
No, it's just because when I was on the Daily Conspiracy Podcast, which was formerly known as Alien Addict on Spotify, follow them 5 days a week, and Lee brought up the fact that the UFO community isn't necessarily a community, and I kind of disagree with that and say it is, but we've been, you know, you got your skeptics, you got your believers, like you said, you got your Reddit people. So I think we're all been jot off into different scenarios and everything. Hey, Spooky Fest. Sorry, I got your name wrong. Again, I'm going to be told I'm going to eat a bag of dicks now for saying names wrong. So this is it, mate. I say it like so many times in my live streams. And even doing it now, I always fuck up a word. And I swore I hit him. Do apologize. But yeah. But the point I was trying to get to, mate, is that I think it is a community, but we've all been put off in different avenues. Like I was like the skeptics, the believers, the debunkers. So and we're not getting along with each other. And that was a clear example of that when that bloody egg UFO came up. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about some eggs?
Well, no, I'm not dropping it yet, because we're gonna tell you. You know, me and Nick, we've done some investigation, and we think we know where the egg came from, and we possibly have got image. So, guys, this is huge. I'm doing my Ross Coulthard now. This is absolutely huge. We have images of the egg, and not only that, but we might even be able to have a video footage of the pilot. So stay tuned to News Nation for my latest bullshit.
Spot on.
All right, sorry, man.
With the spooky music behind it. You got to put the spooky music behind it, mate. That's what sells it for people. But yeah, so what do you want to do? Do you want to play your footage? The groundbreaking footage. It's
well, yeah, let me get this set up if you want to. And if I should leave, please stay on, because that means that I pressed the wrong button that I'm normally prone to doing. But I think if we're gonna start off, I think we should start off with I think we should start off with kind of what
you're finding your videos.
Yeah, I think we should start off with how it all started, really. So hold on, I'm trying to set this up now, because this is me. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I would agree with you, Monkey. Yeah, Ross Coulthard really dropped the ball on that one. So did Stephen Greer, in terms of something big's going to happen, groundbreaking footage, and then we got, that which we're going to show in a minute. I mean, it's just absolutely. I mean, you didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming.
So I'm sure you guys may have seen it, but if we're going to go back, we might as just recap where. So this is Coulthard that made it go in a tizzy. So here's what he had to say, guys.
News Nation has independently obtained previously unseen video obtained from a secret UAP craft retrieval program. This extraordinary footage clearly shows an egg-shaped object dangling in a sling below the belly of a helicopter.
Let's slow this down to take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line. We're told the craft is about 20 feet long. The egg suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land. Let's freeze frame here to look at one of the clearest images of a UAP ever taken. This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is. No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the ropes and canvas from the cradle as it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's final destination still unknown.
What a bell end. No offense.
Still unknown.
I am sick and flipping tired. I'm going to go on around here. I did a live stream the day before this came out. Rotary, you put something up saying about Greer. Greer came forward, I think, a couple of days beforehand, saying within the next 72 hours, something big is about to drop. So I think that sort of everyone was sort of speaking to each other. This is, who didn't see this coming? I said on the Friday, the day before this footage was released, that it would be crap footage, grainy, can't make out what it is. Because it was taken at night, you're going to get night vision goggles. Hey, John, how's it going, mate? So you had all those factors built in, and I was going on my live stream, and you can go find it on the Cosmic Twilight. I said, don't get your hopes up. It's going to be an absolute nothing burger. And I think more or less the community are going to crap on it. And they bloody well did. I mean, I've been hearing shocking footage, groundbreaking footage. Is anyone in chat who've just watched that footage, is anything groundbreaking or shocking about that? I am sick and tired of going around in circles. I mean, what makes you think we're going to get the truth from anybody? A News Nation? Even the sling sucks. I just, oh mate, I'm just done. I'm my patience now. I think it comes to like frustration. Because it's like, oh, give him a chance, give him a chance. Don't worry, they'll get there. I'm like, we've had 80 years, and we're just going around in circle in that 80 years. It doesn't matter if you're Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, flipping News Nation, Ross Coulthard, Lou Elizondo, you are not going to get the truth from it. And this is just typical News Nation, just chucking that out there for clicks and likes. Well done, News Nation. You just proved yourself to be complete fools, and no one is buying it. No one is buying it. So that's my rant over without swearing.
hey, it's well deserved. It is well deserved because it's I don't know how to put it, but I'm going to say this. I think that I've always said it. There's a narrative that is trying to be controlled.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can see all the years that I've been doing this, I have seen the changes and I've seen where it's coming. And there are many savvy people out there, but what is going on is they're being shut down. And in a ways like, I'll give you what goes on in Reddit, for example. There are really some really good people out in Reddit. I call them armchair detectives because all they got is a computer and a bit of knowledge. And they use that bit of knowledge and that computer and they get answers. Or they come up with more questions. So it's
a tricky one, isn't it? It's not really tricky, but you understand how the game is played. It's like, I mean, for instance, just take this scenario. I don't know how baseball is played, the American baseball. I have no idea. But if I just sat and watched the game, I can just about figure out, okay, how the players work, how they hit the ball. Someone catches it, they got to run to the next pitch. But if I've been in that game long enough, for let's say I've been in ufology for since I was a kid, well over 30 years, well, about 25 if you want to look a bit in terms of like research, then you start to understand how the game is played and you just get to understand the tactics and stuff like that. And this is what's happening now. People, after the 2017 newspaper article where the UFOs have been more in the public eye, people have been paying attention and going, I mean, after 2017, so that's what, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 8 years later, people are starting to see, hold on a minute, where are we going from this? I mean, here's an example hidden. Let's take from 2017, where the New York newspaper article came out about, yes, the Pentagon admitting to us there are UFOs, to where we are now. How far have we got to disclosure? Nowhere. In fact, we've now created more questions than answers. Do you see what I mean? And because of footage like this, we don't know where it's come from. We don't know what it is. And it's putting more questions than answers. And this is what's happening. We are not getting answers. And I'm just finding it frustrating now. It's just, I understand it's good to speculate, sure. But at the same time, I just want some sort of clarity, for Christ's sake, in this bloody community, so-called community. I just want some clarification. And it's not going to come from News Nation.
No, Mr. Corbell's cat, that's a good question. I'm going to give my opinion. If you think the same, Nick, then that's fair enough. I don't think it's done to discredit the UFO community. I think what is going on is two things. There's people out there that are making money. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. People need to eat. People need to put the electricity on their heads, keep warm. I get that, but there is a lot of money in this. not just from the entertainment point of view, but from the government point of view. Because once they start acknowledging that there's UFOs, what happens is they're going to get subcontractors to go and investigate it. We saw it with Abbey Loeb. How much money did he get to go and put magnets on a net and go out in the ocean and drum up these little balls, these little metal balls? You know what I mean? He got quite a lot of money. I think because my memory's hazy, I think it was about 100 million he got to do that.
Wow, really taxpayers' money, I would imagine.
There is a hell of a lot of money in this. So that's one factor. The second factor is every now and again, sites on the internet. And now I don't want to say like channels like me, because I get my videos from the internet. So sites on the internet, they actually put out something genuine. Something they do is been caught that's genuine. And what then they do is there's people in there that go in there and they're paid. We know they're paid just to turn the upheaval on it. So I think if you're savvy enough, you will look at people like that man, Kufard. I don't want to be disrespectful to these guys, but you on one hand, but on the other hand, they are being disrespectful to us, to you guys, because they're giving you a load of shit and they want you to eat it. And
no, it's true, mate. It's very, very true. You follow what Rebecca says, ufology is a business. It's entertainment and it's business. Look at the conferences. It's just like, buy my book, buy my signed book. I've got amazing evidence in this book, and it's just like there's no evidence in it. You seen the trope that's going behind it. Now, going back to what Corbell's Cats is saying here to discredit ufology, I would say that's more or less Arrow's job. The Automated Anomaly Revolution Office, the official Pentagon.
Okay,
but you understand that the document that they came out, it was last year and the year before, basically crapping on UFO sightings. It's a bit like a Operation Blue Book 2.0.
No, I'm gonna look. I'm not a fan of them, but I'm gonna tell you this, right? Arrow was probably the most legitimate organization out there, because they were telling the truth.
I don't know.
Look at the Malaysian video. They even sat there and told you the flight number.
Okay, sure. Okay, I have to admit they got. I mean, for instance, the guy, what's his name?
Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, Sean Kirkpatrick. He says that he had access to all the documents, everything, and still saying that they found no evidence of extraterrestrials visiting this planet. And I'm thinking, going back to what you were saying, Hidden, is that there is a hidden hand behind pushing the narrative. And we're talking about the 3-letter agencies here. Very, very obvious. So I think they've been infiltrated into Arrow I think they're restricting the amount of information that has been put forward. They don't want to give you the truth. Why would the US government or Arrow, for instance, will inform the public of what secret military has in terms of extraterrestrial craft? They ain't going to do that, because you think they're going to open yourself up to what the foreign enemies are going to find out about what technology you potentially have. And then you've got anti-gravity, potentially. It depends on what the propulsion systems of these anti-gravity aircraft are. So you've got to take that into consideration. So they're not going to tell the public. And I find Arrow was set up on purpose to really just, again, like Operation Blue Book 2.0. Oh, it's swamp gas. It's birds. That's my position.
I get that, because I think a lot of people was expecting Arrow to be saying something completely different.
Sure.
But when they're like bringing out the videos and saying, "Look, this is what that is. This is a plane from a higher altitude." I gotta say, because in my community tab, I did put out one thing when they put the cylindrical crafts. They had 3 of them. They had an image. Arrow did. Kirkpatrick put it out, and he said that those are planes. Now I took that image and I did what I do to get it better than what they put out, and it doesn't never look like planes. And I even put it in my community tab to say, do these look like planes to you?
Is it, but if we, I mean, put this scenario, if we got all the drone footage or the plane footage, and then that was submitted to Arrow, Arrow would be going, this is planes.
Would Arrow even bother?
This is it. I don't think they would actually, come to think about it.
I mean, as much as the hidden underbelly likes putting videos out there, did I bother?
Mate, I think you're the only one who didn't bother. We more or less crapped on it, you know, going, what the bloody hell's going on? You know,
the only video I did put out that alleged drones was at the Air Force Base.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
But
so who
anyways,
knows? But yeah, I mean, this who knows what's in store next for News Nation and bloody whistleblowers. It's, I mean, going back to Jake, I don't want to spend the whole episode on Jake Barber, but he said that he was told that what he picked up was extraterrestrial. How would you know that? You're told something. I'm sick of this testimony, mate. You know, testimony is not evidence. I'm sorry. I need something. Okay, I might be too harsh on Jake Barber, the fact that he hasn't really brought this footage forward. So where did he get this footage from? If he did release this footage, has he still got security clearance to actually do that? Because otherwise he's breaking like a massive law, you know, bringing out this so supposedly classified information, and especially video footage, and you don't have a security clearance. So he must have had permission somewhere. Yeah, right, probably like third hand. I mean, Iden, you've got a video footage from Reddit that's, I've never seen it before. It's still crap, but it's a little bit.
Well, it's not from Reddit. It's not from Reddit.
Where's it from again?
It's from the infamous 4chan.
Oh, 4chan, right? Okay.
And we are going back to the egg shape thing now, and I've got something to say about. Oh God, I wish I didn't have this smoke. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm holding off, mate. That's why I'm holding off.
And taking pain pills as well. Jesus Christ. But anyways. Right, where are we at? Okay. Oh. So anyways, this is from 4chan. Now, do you guys know about, I don't know if you knew about the 4chan leak. Hold on, let me grab this. I'm going to take you back down.
John Stroke says,
I just saw that.
Yeah. He apparently he did have permission. I probably forgot. Probably was dozing off when I was watching the video. It's DOPSA. Okay. All right. Fair enough, John. I should take your word for it.
Look kind, my brother.
Welcome on in.
See you see, this is the kind of guy I am in real life. Yeah. I am with everybody. See, this is my Jewish brother. Now, you see, anywhere else in this world, we probably get killed. Him calling me a Muslim, I calling him a Jew. We'd probably get killed. But you see, this is how real people should be. We don't. Joe, I have never saw Joe as that, and Joe has never saw me as me. He's seen me as who I am, and I see Joe as who he is, and that's how the world should be, my brother. But anyways,
Joe, you're making a perfect example. Perfect.
Much love, brother. Much love, brother.
Much love.
Okay. Now, let's get this back up because I'm going to have to jump over to the other thing. Okay, this is from 4chan. And apparently, now again, the thing about 4chan is it credible?
Yes. I don't know. 4chan, is it a reliable website? I mean, they did have that reptilian that was up for about 3 seconds that got took down.
Yeah, but we all know the real story behind that.
I don't. Never type. No, I don't. No.
All right. I'll tell you the quick story about that. Yeah.
Go on then. All right.
If you guys in the chat know about it, please don't write nothing about it. Yeah, don't go into great details. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't be looking in the chat. Hey, what's up, man? This is a long story, but I'm not going to say it. But you know, those who know the story. So I got to say it. F you, Ron. Now this guy, he was on a panel. He weren't doing nothing wrong yet.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, somebody told him, but used the proper word. Said "F you, Ron." everybody's like, "Hey, where'd that come from?"
Oh, mate.
It's so funny, man. So funny. Love to see you guys, man. Thanks for coming. Let's get back to the 4chan. 4chan to me, it's down to you. Like it's it's down to you, the person who's reading this, what's going on. It's down to you. If you want to believe it, you believe it. But at least this is one of the better 4chan leaks because it's got the video of the egg-shaped craft. And he's gone into a little bit more detail. I will put a link in the description box because this chat has been archived. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah. It's in the archive now. So just in case it should get taken down on 4chan, which it shouldn't, it's there. But anyways, the alien picture, that was a smoking gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Some emails were dropped on 4chan, were leaked on 4chan, had to do with a president, first lady, who's a very powerful lady. Well, her emails were dropped. So what they did to get ahead of it and to not to let people know, they put this crappy alien picture up, that was, and then shut down 4chan.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So that's the legend is that 4chan got shut down because of this alien picture, but it's not because of that.
Okay.
It got shut down because of the emails. And see, these emails now, you'll probably see because I'm sure people have talked about them on a safer platform than YouTube.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want. But let's
I understand.
To the egg. Let's get back to the egg. Right.
That's good.
So this was the leak. As you can see, he's answering questions. He's being asked questions. He's answering questions. So this comes from Antarctica, and this was sometime in November the 22nd. Yeah. Now this is the guy. He's not taking this footage, but this is allegedly the egg. Let's see if I can get it up. Here we go. You guys got it?
Yep.
Okay. Now this thing is swinging a bit like what Kufard had, but this thing's it's encased. And it's swinging from the helicopter thing. But do you find it? We can let it because it's just going to loop anyways. So what are your thoughts on this?
I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at the object and how it rolled, it was almost like lighter than air when you looked at it. I don't understand why there were no people on the ground at the time of the footage.
Well, this is up in the air.
I understand that, but I don't understand why they didn't, encase it into a car or like a carrier. So it's not in a car, something stupid. It's in some sort of carrier, and then hoisted it away to somewhere. If you drop that and it lands, I'm not saying it's gonna like hit the ground hard, because you saw how it rolled. But if that explodes due to the height drop, I'm just theorizing here. When you say it's encased hidden, it's actually encased in a block. Is that how it is? It's not like a suction cup.
That's what it looks. That's what it looks like.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we've got the mountains here, but yeah, this again, it's just crap footage, isn't it?
It looks like it's being recorded off of a screen.
Ah, yeah, I can see. Yeah. Okay.
Bit like, and see, but then what I'm gonna do is at the end of the show, I'm gonna put the link in for this, and if you guys want to have a look at it, yeah, the egg files.
The egg files. Exactly.
I wanna,
John's saying here, as a good point, people are saying that is a refueling nozzle used for planes. It quite well be, mate.
it could be. It
It
could
could
be.
be, because I know they stick out like a penis, don't they? These things. Just saying,
Oh,
you know.
dear. Oh, dear. But anyways, I mean, if you guys are interested, or if you're not, I'll put the link to the archived. I'm trying to get out of this now. There we go. I'll put the link to the archive footage.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Go check out, guys.
You can go in, because yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff, and then I think there's pictures as well in here. I think the pictures, they alluding that it's got some sort of hieroglyph to it, but
Really?
as you can see, yeah. If I can dig out the pitch, I'll tell you what. I'll scroll down and see if I can get the pictures, because you see, the thing with 4chan is there's a lot of questions, and that's how you judge, because they just fire questions at him, and if he can answer it, then they kind of, like my favorite one. I'm not saying he's telling the truth. The undersea bases leaker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite one.
All right. Yeah. Fueling nozzle for aircraft.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna see. I'm seeing if I can see the hieroglyph one.
No, that's okay.
Sure,
I'm just googling the nozzle for the aircraft. That's probably something. I mean, obviously we're dealing with something military here, aren't we? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Do you know what? It kind of looks like it, actually.
Well,
yeah, I'm looking at photographs of it, but it's kind of hard to tell when it's in infrared, isn't it? I mean, where did the person get this footage from if he's taking it from the screen? Again, it's just down to speculation at this point. But there's something flapping. You can see something moving. So I wouldn't have thought something like that would be on the end of a fueling nozzle. Might be wrong. Not too sure. Yeah. Yeah, quite well be. Quite well be. Yeah, that's a good shout out, actually. That's a good shout out. But I haven't seen that footage anywhere hidden. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Well, on the back of that now, I came across this guy. Again, I've used him in sorry. I've used him in my last video that I had posted at the end. I used him because he's in that he does video analysis. Now he took the 4chan leak one that I just showed you, and he did an analysis. So would you guys like to? Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I think it's worth a look, man. I think he's a good guy. I wish I could remember his name so I could give him a shout out. Oh, it's Proplexy Video Analysis. So I think I will drop a link to him in the thing. Okay, let's go. Is it up?
No, nothing, mate.
Posts on 4chan. Actually, that was on 4chan too, but 2 other posts on 4chan with pictures of eggs. I'm only going to talk about one of them, and I'm going to do it in a second video because these videos get a little bit long and it's hard to upload on X. It seems to be pretty busy after the TikTok thing happened over the weekend. So let's just dig right into it. So let's get into the original video, and this was on 4chan. So everything on there is anonymous. Not really worth linking anything to it. But this is the original video. All right. Green like the other one. Helicopter like the other one. And it's an egg hanging underneath of it. Just the similarities are uncanny, right? So that's the one thing that's really interesting to me, is that between the 2 videos, we got the green and we have an egg. Obviously, it's a helicopter. And then there's the behaviors we can start looking at. So I did what I do, right? I went and got rid of the green because that kind of irritates my eyes. And let's take a look at it. So I stabilized on the landscape, and this landscape is very clearly, like an Arctic or an Antarctic area. This was supposedly shot and recovered in Antarctica. So, if you look at the ground here, the terrain, yeah, it looks like that could be Antarctica. So that's in alignment. Now, when we look at the egg itself, you can see that it's in a pretty good harness. So they engineered something very specifically for this pickup. And I can show you what I think it looks like, because I looked at a bunch of frames and I went and built it in Fusion. And I think this is the setup that they have, just like that. So this was purpose built, right? Strapping and all that, absolutely designed to make sure this thing didn't go anywhere. And there's a feature on here that is interesting to me, in that it makes it appear that this is part of a recovery system designed for this exact object. Okay. I think this was designed for it, because I looked all over the place to try to find a helicopter with this type of thing hanging off the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't find it anywhere. There's nothing out there that I could find that showed something like this hanging under the helicopter. And oh, by the way, this is moving to the right because I stabilized on the ground. That's why it's moving. So the helicopter's moving across the ground. I think this is circular, and I think this is circular by design, because when you look at this cap, like I designed it in here, I believe this cap is designed to interface with this here. So I almost think that this is a completely designed system, recovery system, for this specific object. I think this is an engineering solution to bring something that is egg-shaped back from wherever it is, and to bring it back safely and intact. So that's what I think this is. Now, the egg itself, the way it's moving underneath, I believe it weighs about the same as the other one. And I could be completely wrong, because I've never done that before. I've never handled an egg underneath a helicopter, or really anything for that matter. I'm just looking and comparing it to other videos and what people are telling me online. But when looking at how the other egg landed and behaved right before landing, it was moving in a way that indicated that it was a similar weight to this one. This is not like thousands and thousands of pounds, like 5,000 pounds. This is maybe 1,000 pounds, something like that, right? And like I said, I'm totally guessing, but what the point of my guess is to say that to me, it's moving in a similar way that indicates it's a similar object, similar size, and a similar weight. So that kind of ties the two together. What else do we got? So the harness system. Let's talk about the actual recording. So if we look at the recording of the device, or the recording of the video, I think this was recorded on a tape. So that might kind of give some sort of dating for the provenance of this, like around the time frame of when this was recorded. I don't think you would see, and I'm just, this is an educated guess on my part. I don't think you would see these horizontal lines that are kind of tilted in any other system other than a tape system, right? Maybe if it was a wireless camera that was here and there was a distortion in the signal. But if you're going to run a camera on the belly of a helicopter, I'm making the assumption that it's a built purpose system, and it's going to be hard lined into whatever recording device there is. So that's what this shows me, is that this is a tape, and there is a little bit of a defect, and they got some noise or some dirt on it or whatever, and you get that kind of distortion in the tape. Now, this was recorded on a screen that was not an old school CRT, right? This was like on a flat panel, right? Just like a regular LCD monitor. You can see the border here. This would be curved a little bit if it was a CRT, and this would be full of mess, right? You'd get that like interlacing kind of look if this was on a CRT monitor. So this was recorded on a screen, right? Probably one of the I don't know, refresh rates and whatever, I can't tell you because this was recorded in 240p. So it's a tremendously small video. It could have been through all kinds of, deinterlacing or whatever it would be, or smoothing, noise reduction, whatever. I have no idea what this video has been through. So all I could say is, to me, this looks like it was recorded on a flat panel. So this is a recording of a screen. Beyond that, it's 240p. Don't understand why, other than to just make it really small, maybe easy to get out, right? If you're trying to extract this video from a secure top secret facility or whatever, maybe you need to do something like this to get it out and have a chance of not getting caught. I don't know, right? It's just a supposition on my part, but that's what I see here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. 240p, record on tape. I think that covers it. This is kind of, it's amazing, right? So I mean, they have 2 egg videos.
I'm just pausing it there. So what do you think?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's kind of hard to make out what it is because it is encased. I like the guy's idea of actually modeling this egg shape to actually encase it, which tells that it most probably is actually military technology, some sort of, I don't know, surveillance stuff. I don't know what the chap says. I don't know what the military has. It's just all speculation here. But does this prove that this egg is extraterrestrial? No, don't.
Not yet. Not yet.
No, well, not yet, mate. Not yet.
Not yet. The thing that I found interesting now, so obviously, Kufad's footage was the first one.
Yeah.
This is the second one. And if we agree with this guy, and let's take everything off the table and say, okay, maybe this egg-shaped object that they shot down, let's say possibly this thing's real now. Now, if this is a second video, and let's say it was, and as we can see, the other objects up in the air. Now, they had this craft shot down. They knew that they were having great difficulty. So he's summarizing, and I kind of get it now. He's saying that they purposely built that thing to carry the craft.
Yeah, yeah. And was this in Antarctica, you said?
Antarctica, yeah.
It's in Antarctica. so they probably according to the guy there who was saying it.
According to the guy on 4chan, this was, but didn't Kufad confirm that? Didn't Kufad say it was in Antarctica as well?
Yeah, I think it did as well. Yeah, yeah.
We can always replay that clip, but this here is obviously once they got it up in the air. But the 4chan leaker, he said this was in November, Antarctica, November 2022.
Okay. So who knows what's in it? If we're just going by the story that this was in Antarctica, obviously they've been digging up stuff there because no one is allowed to go there except for the Russians, the Americans, the British. They've got their own little territories, you know. So they probably seen, well, we've got this egg-shaped thing. Don't know what it is. Let's build something to actually encase it, to actually take it away. Or it could be some sort of, again, military technology that we don't know about. And they've got this case that was specifically built to actually move this object. And you would think that the people that are a part of these programs, do they actually know what it is they're actually picking up? I mean, if we say that Jake Barber, right, the whistleblower who picked up this egg-shaped extraterrestrial craft, how did he know it was an extraterrestrial craft? Because he was told it was. But how did he know at that moment? Okay, he said he had a spiritual feeling. He came across all funny. He had a spiritual connection behind that. Yeah, good point, Moody. Yeah, sorry, Moody, we didn't say hello. Sorry, mate, I do apologize. Yeah, the aerogel is quite interesting because it's lighter than air and it has the chance to move like that. Sort of like, it's lighter than air, so it's going to act a bit like a balloon, isn't it? So what Moody's saying there is some sort of spy tech. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but what's it doing in Antarctica? This is it.
Well, should we just hear his conclusion to this then?
Yeah,
I like this guy. I really like this guy. I like what he does.
And a lot of people were poo-pooing the first one, but now that this egg is dropped, we now have two similar videos, and they have similar aspects, behaviors. It adds credence, right? So now, and that's what I say when I go and look at other UAP videos, like the ones that are, in the sky and they start dropping little bits of stuff. We have like 4 or 5 of those videos now, and they all look identical. So to me, that adds, credibility to what we're seeing there. And that turns it into an actual thing for me. Now that we have 2 of these videos and they have such similarities to them, I'm going to say this adds credibility to the first one, and it makes it more probable that it is what everybody is saying it is. And that's what we need. We just need more and more and more data to continue to fill in the blanks and fill in the story. Just seeing this helped me. And I want to go back now and look at the initial one and see if there's anything else I could tease out after looking at this one. Maybe there's some more things that are similar as well. So that's this one. It's another egg video. I'm going to go produce a video on the pictures that just came out on 4chan as well, and I'm going to talk about them separately. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you know what this doggone thing is, right? Because I can't find anything online that matches it at all. So just let me know. Let me know what you think. All right, we got more.
Oops.
Interesting. I tell you what, out of all the videos I've seen, that guy has at least done some sort of effort to sort of trying to get some clarification what this footage actually is.
He's bloody good.
I think he's good.
He's bloody good because he's. I don't think he's a UFO dude, but he's starting to look at UFO pictures and So
okay, I tell you what.
I just before I put that up, I just wanted to go back to the Q5 one because we had a real good look at that video, didn't we? Now, because now I feel kind of bad after listening to what my man said, that we started laughing and pulling on jokes about Q5.
Yeah, why not? He's a disgraced journalist. He had a reward for.
Still got to go after him.
No, sod it. I'm sorry. I am not. Blank refused because someone's feels got hurt. No,
I'm just going to say
I'm sorry, but I'm sick and tired of pushing this crappy footage. I'm sorry. I'm not going to. Get him off this bloody screen. Look at him. Face what a slap.
Don't that look like you guys remember V? Don't that look like he's got like one of those and he's going to rip it off and you're going to see the I am the overlord who writes. Never mind. But you know what? This is a point where I'm going to say this. All I'm going to say about this, because I roasted the guy and I get what you're saying, Nick, man. But could we be wrong about what he's showing us?
Could possibly. I am willing to accept I'm wrong on anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say now, because I feel bad that I'm busting jokes about the egg and everything. And hold up now, I played somebody that I would give credence to, but everything is he's just a normal Joe. He's no military guy. He's none of this. He's just a normal guy, and he's giving his opinion on it. And I kind of now get what he's done. That's why I wanted to go back to this one and have a look at it again.
Yeah.
Because I kind of went, when I first watched this, I was looking at it saying, this is a load of bollocks. But now I'm kind of thinking, hold up now. He's right. There are 2 pictures of the object, 2 videos of the object now. And like he kind of said what we said, that he didn't give that one much credence until he saw the 4chan video.
I see. So they're 2 separate incidences. So that's what it is.
No, they're 2 separate videos of the same incident.
Same thing. Okay.
So
I don't look. Listen, guys. I know I crap on the guy, but he's proven again and again. He said himself, shocking footage, groundbreaking footage. No, it's not. We're talking about disclosure here. We're supposed to have disclosure on the cards. Nothing has happened that I have seen is close to disclosure, and that what pees me off, Hidden, mate. It really does. But sorry, carry on.
There we go.
Unseen video obtained from a secret UAP craft retrieval program. This extraordinary footage clearly shows an egg-shaped object dangling in a sling below the belly of a helicopter.
See, that's more on the ground, though, ain't it?
Yeah, that's on the ground. That's rolling, baby.
Let's slow this down to take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line. We're told the craft is about 20 feet long.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land.
See, they're probably having
Let's
trouble.
freeze frame here to look at one of the clearest images.
See, to me, that looks like a big-ass balloon.
Taken.
It is, isn't it?
This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is. No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the rope.
Wait, I didn't hold it. Pause it.
As it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's...
Right, okay. You can see there's string attached to this thing, isn't there? I've just clocked that. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it right there.
Yeah. So how did they get that encased in that case that guy was talking about?
Well, I
don't know,
man. They would. I don't know. I don't know if they would have touched it or something, or unless they could have slid it. No, because it looks. I don't know. Yeah.
It's so hard to make out, and I even said that the day before it was going to be horrendously crap footage. I would agree with what Moody is saying, that it's most probably KJ. How's it going, man? How's it going? Some sort of aerogel, some sort of technology, because like I said, Jake Barber doesn't know if this is extraterrestrial craft. Doesn't know if it's actually secret military technology. Who knows? You know, it's just a guessing game at the moment, really.
Well, it's not. It's not really.
Well, it is really, because you don't know what it is. Okay, it's a UFO.
I'm going to do my Ross Couthard voice now, because pretty soon, maybe not now, but pretty soon, we're going to show you footage of where this aircraft came from, and possibly the alien pilot that flew this egg-shaped craft into Antarctica. So please stay tuned. More will be coming. And we do.
Mate, you should be employed by News Nation. I strongly recommend, if Couthard goes, you should take his replacement. Just you like really high, like really stoned. I don't know, man. I even said this was going to happen. More questions than answers, isn't it? When you look at it. I wish we wouldn't bloody get, like with the gimbal footage and stuff like that. They're showing infrared, and with this footage, they're showing night vision. It just is crap. We need daytime footage. It would be nice as a bit more, less crap, so to speak. You know what I mean? Oh, you got X going up. Oh,
oh sorry. I didn't know it was,
I can see the tip of it, mate.
I did that all wrong.
Did you have a punchline for that one?
Here you go.
It's a Cadbury's cream egg. I tell you what, Cadbury's cream egg makes me feel sick. I don't like the goo in the middle. It's weird. It's like a Mars bar. It's almost like eating jelly that's going at the back of your throat. I don't like it. It's horrible. Sorry, cream egg. You're not on my good books.
So, I think the egg thing. I'm gonna. But if it's 4chan is probably going to be the best place, whether you want to believe it or not, is where you're going to get the more info. See, 4chan's a hard one because You can't. You get what I mean? You could go up there, and if you have a good story and maybe some pictures to back it up,
yeah,
you can pull it off. I mean, look at the infamous base in the ocean leaker. He had nothing. He had no pictures, nothing. But yet, like you've heard it before, other people talking about it.
Yeah, I've never delved into 4chan, mate. I've never, because if I remember, it's a lot of like weird stuff that's going on in there, isn't it? I mean, it's how trustworthy you're getting information. I mean, for me, when I do research, I apply 3 things: what, where, and why. Who, and that's about 4 things. Where you're getting the information from, who's giving this information, and why you're receiving this information.
Oh, you get that? You get that? You get that? You do get that on 4chan, but you won't get like. See, to me, for something to be credible, you have to have the source that you can check, a checkable source.
Right.
4chan, there's no checkable source. That's why I said you could come up with a very good story and go on 4chan. Sure. And as long as you can answer, this is why they fire a lot of questions at you, because if you can answer them questions, then that adds to your possible credibility.
Sure.
That was the thing with the underbase leaker. The guy who leaked about the alien UFO base in the ocean. He answered every question.
Oh, did he? Okay, fair enough.
Very well.
You can tell by the person, isn't it? If they're answering very straightforward, very based on what you can tell, they know what they're talking about. And I understand that. Yeah.
And when the show's over, I'm going to put the link for the 4chan about the egg.
Yeah.
You're not going on 4chan itself because it's an archive thing, so you guys will be all right. But just to get what I'm trying to say about questions and answers, look at that, because he answered all the questions as well to give this credibility about it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that footage. But yeah, it's a lot of it's boiled down to speculation.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bros, isn't it? But
sometimes having trust me, bros turned out to be correct.
Not all the time, mate.
Sometimes. That's what I said. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I never said all the time, because there's people out there doing it right now that I wouldn't trust them to babysit my kid. So
sure.
So
yeah, it's like you said, it is a lot of trust me, bros at the moment. This is what's getting the UFO community peed off, mate, is that we're just not getting any clarification. We're not getting disclosure. This is what I kept on hearing from Greer and even from Ross Coulthard before this footage came out. Disclosure's on the way, disclosure. And I'm thinking, what is disclosure now? Disclosure for me, back when I was a kid, and I've got a stack of UFO magazines here, and it's talking about disclosure being the government, US government, saying that there's extraterrestrials visiting the planet. There's some sort of advanced technology. They have been visiting this planet. Here's evidence for it, and it's providing the evidence. Now, if Donald Trump came forward and says, yes, aliens have been visiting this planet, I think he would do the decent thing and actually showing at least something instead of just saying it.
But
otherwise, exactly, because he hasn't got security clearance for it.
There you go. So all that guff that he's going to open up them files was just talk, because he hasn't got the clearance. And even if he did have the clearance, he still couldn't show them.
This is it. It's the same with the JFK files. He said he's going to release it. I hope he does stick to his word. I mean, he has promised his word and he has stuck with it, and there's video footage of that. But when it comes to getting the documents that we well deserved, it's just probably not going to happen.
I put up what you wanted to put up. I got to run to the little boys' room.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you shoot off, and I'll catch up with you after you finish the little boys' room. Who says little boys' room? Who says little boys' room? That's something like Jimmy Savile would say. God, he didn't bloody say that. So, guys, this is from one of my UFO magazines, taken in 1996. So we're going back quite an early. It's kind of 30 years in the next couple of years. And it's talking about technology and what aircraft was available at the time. And here we've got some various descriptions of what's going on, of what Lockheed Martin has. But I found something quite interesting. And if we go down to the right, if I'm going to zoom in, you have something called light aircraft. Okay. So this is an amazing prototype laser-propelled spacecraft that is currently underway trials at the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico. Obviously, Moody, you were talking about aerogel, but what I believed what aerogel actually did, as it was more or less the big hype about a couple of years ago, was the fact that you need to put a electrical current through it to actually make the thing fly. And I think this is what they're basically using. But the material they're using to make this aircraft fly, it's possibility aerogel. So Hidden, you're back. You came back from the little boy's room. Oh, that's good. So Hidden, this I was just get you all clued in. So this was taken from my UFO magazine books. I've got loads of them here, like load magazines from back in the day. And this is from 1996, and it's talking about like new technology. And going off what Moody was talking about, like aerogel, I found this on here called light aircraft. And this is a prototype that was using laser-propelled spacecraft. So they actually propelled this aircraft by using lasers. This was tested in the White Sands range. Again, this is in 1996, and I believe they were doing earlier examples of that. In terms of aerogel, I don't know if you know, Hidden, is the fact that they had to put a electrical current through it to actually make it fly, basically.
Did it fly?
There are prototypes of it, and it actually can make it fly. There are very small examples of it. You can find it online.
Was it the one that was in the cage, and they had it levitating with electricity?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I've seen it.
But believe it or not, this is NASA and Lockheed Martin have been developing this.
Of course.
What's that?
No, of course they would. I mean,
yeah, of course they would. Yeah,
it would revolutionize travel.
So it's saying here the laser energy is contracted, but oh god bless you. The laser energy is concentrated to extremely high intensity, significantly to burn inlet air. I'm not going to read.
Inlet air. I can't read it because I'm trying to read the picture, man. I'm for it if I had the thing.
I'm going to skip ahead. There's this operational. I'm not going to read, mate. Sod this. Why am I being a new host of Alien Addict when I can't even read properly? Says 420 and too hard, mate. But yeah, basically, this is using laser technology to basically, and it turns into a high luminous plasma, which you're getting heard a lot about at the moment, especially with like drone technology and stuff like that. So this is just an extract I thought I'm just going to show you in terms of. I mean, I hadn't even heard about this. No one's talking about in ufology about using lasers to control aircraft. It's new to me anyway. It's new to me. I don't know if I got anything else.
I saw somebody say the magic word.
What's that?
Oops, the wrong one. I'm trying to catch him, and he's running.
Happy 420, people. Happy 420, Rory. Happy 420.
Wyatt's in the house. So oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I've found this another extract here: unconventional flying objects. This is from 1998, I believe. This was coming from. But yeah, look at that. You got like a ball-shaped blimp, I guess you can call it.
I would say that's a balloon. That's a balloon. When was that came from?
1996.
96. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting because they've got an object like that now, that they use to monitor the traffic. It's a balloon with drones attached to it. So all they have to do is just move the propeller. But
that's what it's like here.
Yeah. Because I accidentally posted a video of a UFO over the highway, and that's when I found out exactly what that was. It was a drone.
Right. I see. That's interesting. But it says here, it's worth pointing out that all these craft, apart from the blimp, which is this circular thing here, operate primarily at night. In order to be retrieved, they have to carry lights, which is pretty much obvious. We look at the bloody drone stuff and going on.
Thanks for telling us.
Yeah. So there we go.
Have we wrapped up on the
yes.
We are done because people came here for the Majestic-12 talk, and so
yeah, of course. Forgot about that.
You forgot about it, did you? Right. Well, I am a man of my words, and I promised you that we would have footage of this egg-shaped craft, and possibly, just possibly, the alien pilot who flew it. So, guys, grab your hats, because this is gonna blow you away.
Oh my God, building so big.
You ready? You guys ready?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Now you remember, guys, when people are talking about this stuff, the stuff that I'm gonna show you right now, when they're talking about it 20 years from now, you're gonna say, I saw it here live. All right, let's go for it.
No. Shazbot.
Is spot on. I think that's the actual footage, mate. So what you've just witnessed, that, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't Robin Williams at all. That was the real deal you just witnessed there, and definitely not Mork and Mindy.
It was an alien. It was an alien playing Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Much love, brother. Thanks for the laughs.
Much love. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Joe Mama is here. Is that how you say it? Joan, as I say it right? No, not that one. Thanks for being here, bro.
They're running off, man.
Thinker.
Oh, I can't get you. You guys are doing this on purpose. You say, yeah, you know
Nunu. Is that what the person was? Is that what the character's called? Nunu or something?
Nanu.
Oh, Nanu.
Nanu.
It's been ages since I watched Mork and Mindy. I watched that back when I was a kid, back in the 90s. It's been a fair few years, but that egg is very poignant, isn't it? That clip's been used to death, isn't it, on Twitter? Have you not seen it?
I haven't seen it. I thought. Well, never mind. I want to build up a split.
Let's do this because we talked a lot about the eggs and our theory about it. We looked at the footage, and it's part of ufology now, isn't it? It's part of the mythos, so to speak. So the main topic of today is footage.
Bloody hell! More Russ Coulthard.
Oh, mate, it's the MJ-12 documents. We're just gonna talk a bit about it, and I've got a few videos. And if you've known anything, people in the comment section, anyone knows about the MJ-12 documents, bring your thoughts up. There's speculation whether or not it's actually real or not, and we'll bring the documents up pretty much soon. But let's play this clip. If I can find it. Where is it to? Is there somewhere? Hold on.
You know what? I wish I could, and maybe one day, Nick will take us onto Rumble, and we can have a little chat about things that we can't talk about on YouTube.
Yes, I think it's worth doing, mate. We'll definitely do that because You know what it's like with YouTube, and I'm always respectful for your channel, mate. You know, I don't want to sort of push the boundaries, but sometimes it's like, oh, if I could just say this word without the algorithm kicking my ass or getting the channel, you know, shadow banned. I totally understand, brother. Totally understand.
Well, it's my channel and I don't do it. I've got to be careful.
Yeah, I know. I understand, mate. I understand. But we're on Rumble. We're fine. So let's bring up this clip. So this is just a brief outline of what the Majestic-12 is. And I believe this chap here, I think he was in the X-Files.
Medical care of a species that had barely begun to conquer its own diseases. But as we will hear, there are those who claim that to the aliens, death is not a final end to be feared, but a mere transition.
It was in the late 40s and early 50s that the U.S. government's policy toward UFOs was formulated. Publicly, there was Project Blue Book, which made a great show of gathering data on all the major UFO sightings, finally declaring them all to be hoaxes, mass hysteria, or swamp gas. But secretly, there may have been another policy at work. Over the years, several documents have come to light which seemingly confirm that a clandestine group, Operation Majestic-12 Group, aka MJ-12, was formed by special classified presidential order on September 24, 1947, for the express purpose of gathering information on UFOs and extraterrestrials, while at the same time keeping such information not only from unfriendly powers, but from the American public as well. If indeed Area 51 has become the nation's repository for alien technology and possibly alien visitors, then the extra-constitutional justifications for such secrecy were developed in the MJ-12 Group's planning sessions. James B. Forrestal, Secretary of Defense under President Harry Truman, is widely accused of being the mastermind behind the creation of MJ-12. Once created, Majestic may have expanded its mandate beyond what Forrestal had intended. Whatever secrets Forrestal may have known concerning flying saucers and alien visitors, that knowledge died with him when in 1949 he mysteriously plunged to his death from a window at Bethesda Naval Hospital. Though he was being treated for depression, many UFO researchers doubt that his death was a suicide and point to the sinister workings of the possibly mythical MJ-12, which in their hypothesis may have been protecting its secrecy from a man who had come to believe the people had a right to know. As late as 1989, according to Bob Lazar, the identification badges at Area 51 read MAJ for Majestic. In December 1994, a document purporting to be the Majestic-12 Group Special Operations Manual was leaked to a noted UFO researcher. It contains the following directive under the heading Isolation and Custody. EBEs will be detained by whatever means are necessary and removed to a secure location as soon as possible. There follows this disturbing amplification. Although it is preferable to maintain the physical well-being of any entity, the loss of EBE life is considered acceptable if conditions or delays to preserve that life in any way compromise the security of the operations. From the beginning of the UFO age, it seems, secrecy was always the government's prime directive.
In 1988, another...
There we go. And that is a background on Majestic-12. Yeah, Moody, I miss Stanton. He was a top-notch researcher, the best in the field. He can really hold his own, especially when it comes to debates. He really did have a very grasp of ufology, and especially, I think, a good idea like where to take it. Yeah, sad that he's gone, man. Because, like I said, he was. I would love to see him in one of his conferences, but sadly, Alfredo, how's it going, mate? Thanks for being there. So yeah, MJ-12 documents. That was just a brief excerpt about it. So let's just go into. Let's just talk about it. So yeah, Stanton Friedman wrote a book called "The Secret Magic Operation Majestic-12 and the United States government UFO cover-up. So if you want to buy that book by Stanton Freeman, and another author called Ryan S. Wood called Majestic Eyes Only, which delved into the documents. I heard there were 2 sets of documents, fake ones we've had and real ones they have. Yeah, this is it, mate. We'll go into it. We'll go into it because I've got the documents here we can go through, because I know the FBI has basically put it as bogus. So yeah, the Majestic-12 dates back into like 1947, which was basically a group well known for studying and analyzing UFOs. See, I shouldn't 422 bloody earlier in the show. So this group dates back to Roswell, New Mexico crash from 1947, but it can trace back even earlier than that. So this is a supposed group that consists of 12 people. That's why they call it Majestic-12. 6 military people were involved and 6 civilians. So that's with the 12 members in total, and this was part of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force combined. So the members involved was General Nathan Twining. He was the leader of Project Sign, or otherwise known as Project Saucer, from 1948. James Forrestal, very interesting person. I don't know who put it in chat saying that he was taken out. Absolutely, we need to talk about that because he links into the UFO file and also the Antarctica story, which that's our next episode, by the way. Hidden, we're going to talk about Antarctica and what happened there with
Operation.
no, not Phil. No, not take my hand. What's his name? Lady names. What's his name? Admiral Byrd. That's it.
Yeah, Admiral Byrd diaries.
But James Forrestal, James Forrestal, he was the Secretary of the Navy and first Secretary of Defense. In the video mentioned about that, he jumped out the window in hospital in 1949, all linked to Antarctica UFO file. So we'll get to that. Donald Maisel, he was an astronomer at Harvard, and he was the high security consultant for NASA. For the NSA and CIA. Rasco Hillerton Coder, he's the Admiral Navy Intelligence and first director of the CIA. Another person, Walter B. Smith, he was the general of the U.S. Navy and ambassador of the USSR and second director of the CIA. He's the one that replaced James Forrestal. Another one here, Hoyes Vanderberg, he was the general for the USAF, USAF, and he was the Air Force Chief of Staff. So these are just a very small number of members that were part of the supposed MJ-12 committee. Let's get to the documents. So the documents was labeled as Operation Majestic-12 as a top secret intelligence operation, only reported to the President of the United States, which was Truman at the time. Oh no, Eisenhower. I do apologize. No, that's my bad.
Sorry, Truman.
Yeah, sorry, Truman. Sorry, mate. Still there, probably not. If you're listening, oh well, bollocks to you. This was set up by a classified order by Henry Truman. If you're still here watching, thank you very much. Probably not. And recommended of Dr. Viver Bush and Secretary Forrestal on September the 20th. September the 24th, 1947. So this is how far back we're going. So this was the time when Roswell came out. You can actually find this meeting of Truman and Vander Bush and Forrestal. If you go onto a website called The Daily Appointment History, you can actually find that Truman did actually meet up with these people on that specific day on September the 24th, 1947. And it goes into detail with that and amongst other things as well. I'm going to skip all that because it's boring stuff, not really relevant to a different topic. So Eisenhower at the time was the president, and he was briefed on the documents.
Sweet strong.
It's really strong, mate. Tell me about it. Mine's strong as well. Where did these MJ-12 documents come out, and where was it all received? Let's bring them up.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, they got the bloody. Oh, never mind. We'll have to just do it anyway. Sod it.
What's going on?
Yeah, I've got the FBI document one, which is the same, but they've just written bogus on it. Hold on 2 seconds. Let's bring it up. Excuse me. Should have hit pause.
Bogus.
Bogus. Majestic-12 documents. Here we go. Let's put it full screen. You got that, Eden? There we go. Okay, we're going to read through these documents, but what is suggested is that whatever crashed at Roswell was extraterrestrial. And there's a few other people that say, no, it wasn't extraterrestrial. It was actually something to do with the Germans. And that's more or less a Joseph P. Farrell sort of stuff. So, excuse me, do apologize.
There you go.
So here we have the Majestic-12 documents. Oh my God, Hidden, it requires us bloody reading. Bogus. That's the only word I can read on there. But we can go on and on. What I'm going to tell you the logistics of what this document is about.
Yeah.
What is suggesting that in 1947 in Roswell, an extraterrestrial craft has crashed. There were bodies recovered. I believe one of them was bloody running around, which makes no sense. And these documents was released in 1984, and it arrived at a home of a ufologist or a TV producer called James Sanderay. And this document, well, it wasn't a document first. It was actually, it arrived to his house in a brown paper bag, and it was actually on a 35mm film, which was handed into James Sander, and then eventually Stanton Freeman got his hand on it. So when they developed,
so it's kind of like a spy camera kind of thing.
I would imagine so, unless someone in the department agency or someone dealing with a National Archive actually had a photograph. So I had a camera and took a photograph of it. That's why it turned up on a 35mm film. So when they developed it, these documents came up from it. Stanton Freeman believes that, I know someone's laughing.
Oh, look at this guy's name. Don't say it. Don't read it.
You were laughing, mate. I was looking at the document, but that's. Oh my God.
I love you guys, man. I love you guys. You never cease to make me smile, man.
We'll let that one off. We'll let it because we're not saying a word, but yeah. Excuse me. So Stanton Freeman did do an analysis into it, and he believes that these documents are real. There is another document that came out in 1994, which I don't have. Oh, that's so unprofessional of me. I couldn't believe how much information there was on this. But there was another leak that came out in 1994 that shows pretty much like the same thing in terms of what's actually in these documents. But it is suggesting that some sort of extraterrestrial craft did actually crash. If you want to look at this document, I am going to pull it in chat now, and this is in the archive, so you can check it out for yourselves. I'm not too sure whether or not these documents are real.
No, you did. You did.
Yeah, I love that word, by the way. We use it a lot. I know Americans find it funny names. So
I find it bad, but it's just funny.
Oh yeah, everyone's got to have a sense of humor. It's got to be. But yeah, this is what the FBI has done. I should stress out that these documents was actually brought over to the three-letter agencies. Go figure. And they came out saying that this is bogus, and this is what they wrote on it: bogus, bogus, bogus. So is this done on purpose? This suggests that this is a real document. But the FBI say, well, we don't really want to portray this actually real, so they just scribbled this over it.
Well, here's me. Here's me.
Yeah.
What do you know? Could you give us a brief what was in the documents? Like, Was this the Majestic-12 treaty?
No, this is basically analysis into what crashed at Roswell and where it went to. Basically, if I can actually find it, hold on here, then 2 seconds, mate. So what is basically saying is that whatever crashed at Roswell was extraterrestrial because it goes into the analysis of it. Basically, what material they found, the alien bodies, what they look like, where they were taken to. I've got it here. Yeah, no, that is it. This is it here. So yeah, saying July of 1947, a secret operation has begun to recover wreckage of this object. So it's going into detail what happened at Roswell, which solidifying or clarifying what Roswell actually was a real event. But again, we're going back to this. Of course, the FBI and CIA are going to write something like this on it. You know, of course they're going to poo-poo the idea. What makes you think you're going to get the truth out of these people? But it's the people involved, mate. Like, if you have a look here where my cursor is, you've got a list of names, and these are very high up people. I mean, for instance, like I mentioned, James Forrestal, who was part of. He knew about the UFO file, and like I said, we need to talk about him when we talk about Antarctica and Admiral Byrd and what really went along there. So that is the logistics of this document. I have read through it, but it's talking about what they found at Roswell was an extraterrestrial craft. But it's where these documents come from. This is the thing, mate. This is the problem. Is you need to back up. Like I said, where are you getting the information from? Who's giving this information? You're laughing again. Hold on.
But you really.
Oh man. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. I don't. People in chat, what do you reckon about this documents? I don't know if you even read through it. It's in chat for you to have a look at. I know Moody's got away with words. That's what I like about you, Moody. You've got away with words, and yeah, the Murray Orsic one was hilarious. Oh, mate, right,
Most
Moody,
definitely. Most definitely.
Moody would know that about this because he was in my live stream. I've been in contact with Marina Serene.
Thank you so much, Moody, as well. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, thank you for being in chat, mate. You're always a pleasure of being there. But yeah, I've actually been in contact with Marina Serene, and I might have an episode or a show lined up. Oh, mate. You know some Marina Serene?
Who?
Marina Serene? No. Okay, Google her. She's quite. She deals with like real and Haunabu flying saucers, what I deal with, but she's quite a controversial figure. But she is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I'm just going to say that. So yeah. Let's move it back onto the MJ12 documents. What do you guys reckon in chat? Do you think this is real documents? Is this?
What I want to know? Okay, you said it relating to the crash of what they're saying that it's saying that an alien spacecraft did crash at Roswell.
Yeah, and there was bodies recovered. They found a material, basically linking up with what we already knew, what the story was behind Roswell anyway, because the story was broken by Stanton Friedman in the 70s, 75, I believe, the Roswell case, and these documents came out in 1984. So what the documents are saying here is a lot of what has been regurgitated, what we already knew about Roswell at the time.
So it's just basically backing up common folklore. If you
this is it. This is it. I have read through.
I'm not saying that people who believe in Roswell. I believe something crashed in Roswell.
Oh yeah, definitely something crashed there.
But it's become a folklore as well.
Yeah, this is it. This is it hidden. I mean, we got 80 years of it, but you're going to get a mixture of stories going on throughout the decades. But I've read a lot of UFO documentation, and you will get stuff like this. Like here, you can see here is all like blanked out and all that. So this is what I look through documents. It's especially I've got a few documents that related back to German flying saucers from the 1950s from the FBI and the CIA. And it kind of resembles this very grainy, blurred out.
To be fair now, the FBI documents.
Bogus.
Thank you so much. No, yeah, bogus. The FBI documents, just remember this. the FBI investigating Nikola Tesla. Do you know about this?
Yeah. Yeah, he was making a death ray.
No.
Yeah, he was. He made a death ray,
No.
mate.
I'm not saying that. That's not what they were investigating him for.
Oh, secret technology?
No, they were legitimately, and I can find the link so you can go and look at the FBI files. They were legitimately investigating him. That was the possibility that he was an alien from Venus. Nick,
really?
Nick, just quickly Google Nikola Tesla, alien from Venus, and I'm sure you'll find it. Thank you so much, David. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, David.
That's why sometimes I don't hold. It's wild. It's wild because I like the remote viewing stuff that the FBI have on. But when you see something as preposterous that they were actually investigating the possibility that Nikola Tesla was an alien from Venus, well,
hold on, we're in it. Here we go. Got that?
Yeah.
Okay, right. This is the document. See, this is hardcore research we do like live on Hidden Underbelly. So this is the documentation from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, into Nikola Tesla. Oh, can I put it on full screen? Full screen. Oh, hold on. Can you see that? No, you can't. Okay, never mind.
Am I making it up that they actually investigated the fact that he could be an alien from Venus?
Yeah. No, this is it. I'm trying to find the extract of it. But I'm surprised how many documents they got. I know the fact that Donald Trump's uncle, which was Dr. John Trump, went in to his property, Nikola Tesla's property in New York, when he died in 1947, I believe, and took documents, practically everything on what he was actually creating. But I did hear stories of that Nikola Tesla would go to bed, but you would have a notebook and basically a pen and paper, so to speak, next to the bedside cabinet. And when he woke up, something would be written down, like a pattern would be written down. And another story I've heard hidden is that the fact that Nikola Tesla was born during a thunderstorm.
There you go.
How about that? Sherry
just beat you to the punch, man. We need to smoke what she's smoking.
I was looking for the document. I was looking for the document. Yeah, let's read this out. So Tesla was born during a wild lightning storm. The midwife said it was a bad omen. His mother said he would be a child of light. Wow. There's Nikola Tesla's
very spiritual.
Yeah. I find the guy absolutely fascinating. But I tell you what, guys, I'm going to put that in chat, and this is the documentation in regards of Nikola Tesla from the FBI. And if I do see the Venus bit, mate, I'll bring it up. Or I'll bring it up for the next show.
It's definitely in my community thing.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's cool, man. So going back to these MJ-12 documents, what do you reckon?
Well, see,
it's an ongoing mystery, isn't it? This is the problem with ufology. It's just we come to with these subjects like a dead stop. There's no further on. There's no because there's nothing to really go by, so to speak. It just comes to a dead end, and then the mystery sort of continues, and we've got nothing to go by, really. So I don't know, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, there's one other theory that has been put forward, and that whatever crashed at Roswell was in fact German. And that's going what Dr. Joseph P. Farrell has been saying. Have you heard of him, Hidden?
Nope.
Never heard of him?
Can't say I've had the pleasure of smoking it.
Well, he's got a book I've been reading. I've got to cover up the swastika. It's called Roswell and the. It's called Roswell and the Reich, the Nazi connection and the Nazi connection. Basically, he's talking about whatever crashed at Roswell was. I know. I only said it once. He says whatever crashed at Roswell was actually German technology.
I probably got in trouble for playing the more Mindy one.
You probably did, mate. Actually, that's did more damage than anything. So there's one aspect that what crashed at Roswell could have been German, a sort of experimental aircraft. What the Germans were creating during World War II, which is obviously my speciality. But me and Joseph P. Farrell are on the same page and saying that they did not develop anti-gravity flying saucers like the Hannibal and Vril. That's my personal opinion on that. The only thing that they would have developed, and this is my own personal opinion, is these turbine-driven aircraft that we talked about hidden, and obviously the Bell project as well, but that gave off a hell of a lot of background radiation, and in fact actually killed people and disintegrate plants, so you couldn't actually ride the bloody thing to Antarctica. And the other one would be Foo Fighters, which we'll be talking about on Friday on Alien Alex. So it's adding another speculation to the mystery. And to be honest with you, I don't know about these documents, mate. One can speculate, saying that yes, they are real. I trust what Stanton Friedman has been saying and his extensive research that he has done, saying look, these are real. A lot of things back up. I'm sure there's various YouTube channels, and I have seen a lot of them sort of going into like massive detail, proving that these documents are real. But one thing I don't appreciate, but this is very typical FBI thing to do, is the fact that you just write the word bogus over your FBI document or the FBI document. And the reason why they brought the document into the FBI when they finally develops the documents through the 35mm camera is the fact that they can get in trouble because they don't have the security clarification or the security clearance, so to speak, to actually bring this forward. That's why they brought it over to the FBI and CIA to say, could you check if this is actually real? And then they just put bogus over it.
I'm having my final joint with you guys, so I'm not touching it. But David says the bogus was added later.
Yes. Yeah, I believe it.
He said he's seen the documents without the word bogus. Am I correct?
Okay. Yeah, do you know what? I think that researcher that I mentioned, what's his name? I've got my notes here. Ryan S. Wood has done extensive research into the MJ-12 documents. And he actually did a full breakdown. And too, I didn't even put his website up. What an idiot. I could probably have a look now. I did have to have a look for it, but it's called Studying the MJ-12 Documents. And what David Banner was saying was, yeah, the original document without the word bogus on it. But we could do a show on Roswell, but we're just like beating a dead horse at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roswell. It's been talked about so much. I wouldn't mind doing an episode on it. Absolutely. I'm always.
You know what? If you want to, I'm sure people would love to hear. At least it's our thoughts, our opinions, whether it's
exactly.
Or
well, I'll tell you what, because there has been a few people in chat in the past talking about we should do the Antarctica story. So we'll do that for the next one, and then we'll do Roswell, the one after that. Then, because there's stuff to talk about, man. There's stuff to talk about. But again, if we go down to the documents, where are you getting it from? Who's getting it? It just arrived on someone's doorstep.
Yeah, but it was the right doorstep.
It was the right doorstep, but again, it doesn't solidify is this document real or not. And what the FBI did to it doesn't help. At the same time, I'm not bloody surprised they put that word on there. So again, it's just one of those unsolved mysteries. But it depends on your view on Roswell. This is it.
See, what I don't understand is the use of the word bogus. Yeah, that doesn't seem something official.
It's a bit of an odd word for a intelligence agency to say, isn't it?
Doesn't seem official.
Yeah.
It's just
again,
it seems nearly as someone's opinion, like that's bogus. It doesn't seem like it went through the right channels or anything. It's just somebody look at it. See, I don't know.
It's not so because as I was researching through this, I'm just coming at like stops. I'm going, where do we go from here? I'm like trying to get as much information as I can to see whether or not there's any validity to it. And I'm sure I probably on my part haven't done the research, proper research. I've probably I could always bring it up as I know. Happy 420, mate. Happy 420. Hocus pocus, yeah, Drumstick says. So I don't know, mate.
It's kind of with these guys, man. You don't know what, and it's so frustrating with the FBI because you just don't. I mean, like in my field, we had a great case. We had a great sighting, going back a couple of years ago from an airline pilot. Yeah. And he reported a cylindrical object just flew right over his plane. Right. And like we were hyped on it. I mean, my channel covered it along with other channels because it was a good story because we had the chatter.
Sorry, it's the name.
Oh God. I can't laugh too hard, man. It's gonna hurt.
Sorry, mate, carry on.
Anyways, as soon as this guy landed, the FBI got involved. All questions and everything was deferred to the FBI. So hopefully, I hope that what's his name, Griswold Jr.
Griswold Jr.
Yeah. What's his channel called? The Black Vault.
Yeah, the Black Vault. Yeah.
Okay, I hope him, because he's the freedom of information king. I'm telling you, that man is the king.
He's got because I follow him on X, and you have to admit he's really good when it comes to asking like poignant questions and getting to the nitty gritty of finding at least some sort of evidence. So I take my hat off to that.
From the world I live in, the part of the UFO field that I'm in, he is the freedom of information king.
Yes, because he's bringing out documents, isn't he?
Oh, he gets it all. So if he gets onto it, maybe we get a bit more information, because it was just soon as the FBI stepped in on this case, and it's happened time and time before, but this one I thought, we're gonna get it, boom, and it was just there. All the FBI is involved now, so all further questions and information, please go through us. No more the civil aviation and all this. People you could possibly talk to.
Like MUFON. I mean, what's happened with MUFON? Where are they at the moment? I mean, I would have thought they.
Okay, what's going on with MUFON? Why you ain't seeing them no more? Is because what MUFON has done is because they're sick and tired, and they basically, this is what they're saying, not me. They're sick and tired of channels like myself. They didn't include me, but of course, like myself, that go onto their website, get their videos, put it up, and make a buck.
Oh, right. Okay. So you're actually okay.
What they have done, they've shot themselves in the foot, I believe. They put property of MUFON all over footage. Any footage that gets submitted to MUFON now gets property of MUFON and the submitter. So now no one's touching their videos because MUFON's not getting the chatter that they used to.
I see. Because they've gone like completely off the radar. I mean, when we were talking about the Gulf 3 sighting, remember they did the video on that, the live stream? MUFON was very poignant in that case. And this was back in the 80s. And MUFON gets mentioned a lot in my UFO magazines here, which is primarily through the 90s.
MUFON took some hits personally. I mean, their head chief, he was in some sort of allegation scandal and I don't want to talk about it because I can't remember the outcome. But I do believe that he had to step down. But I can't really. I don't want to talk about it because they are a big organization and they could pull a kibosh on me as well. But they have suffered some stuff, and I personally don't think that the investigators that they have and their vetting system, especially the videos that are submitted, because back in the days when I used to go in and move on to get footage, people used to put clips of our movies in there to submit, and they're going through.
I see. Like porn, something like that.
No, definitely not that. But it's like I don't know. Like I never saw this. I know it was a movie. I don't know what the movie was, but it was clearly a movie, and it was these people, and it was said UFO trying to abduct a plane,
right?
And it was these people and you could just tell how it was filmed. It was a movie, but it was just these people in a passenger plane, and the doors rip off, and then this light comes in, and you see them all just going out the hole.
Oh, right. Wow, that's your disclosure right there, guys. Come on, move on.
Well, I'm not gonna rag on them because they were good but they just shot themselves in the foot now because people like us, we don't make a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money, and I know the other channels. If we're all in the same boat, so I know what they're doing, they know what I'm doing. We're not making it. The money ain't there. We're doing it for the love.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, with MUFON, you got to subscribe. You got to pay to be part of their. No, you do. You do.
Well, if you want to see the footage, you don't. You get what I mean?
But if you want to go out and investigate and get your badge and T-shirt, you'll have to pay like so much money.
Of course, and that gives it down. No, but now do you see why MUFON's not so prominent?
Yeah.
Because anybody with the money who wants to be UFO investigator with the money can get their They can get their badge.
As soon as they release a subscription package, I'm going, yeah. I'm like, it's a bit like Danny Sheehan and what's it called?
It's called Runts.
Danny Sheehan thing, it's like, give us money and we'll give you the documents. And it's like, oh, so we've got to pay for disclosure now all of a sudden, is it? I just find stuff like that just red flags goes off, mate. The Soul Foundation, that was it. I couldn't think about that. Yeah, the Soul Foundation. It's like, give us money and then you get exclusive access to documents. It's like, hold on a minute. No. If you got the documents, just release it. Why should I have to pay money just to let you see it? That's what it is. And no, I'm just, again, what Rebecca was saying earlier, it's a business. It's entertainment and it's a business. And this is what ufology is. So,
you know what my business is? To roll this roll this up.
So yeah, I mean, it's like, well, let's move away from NG12 documents, because I was down like so many stops. I'm thinking, well, these are where these documents came from.
Why don't we make it simpler?
Yeah.
Why don't we say to you guys in the chat, give us a 1 if you think the MJ documents are real. Give us a 2 if you think they're fake. I should have done a poll, shouldn't I? I don't know how to do polls.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it either. No idea. And we got bloody Moody put in some money. That's quite nice. Thank you, Moody.
Yeah, I did.
And David Banner as well. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
How did I miss that? I was so pay attention researching.
You know what? I'm going to pull this up because my son said back in the days, because my son don't smoke no more, but he said to me back in the days, why do you use the small Rizzlers? Why don't you use the, like you're saying, proper rolling paper? You see, the thing is, I enjoy the art of making my smoke. So I enjoy putting these papers together.
Mate, that reminds me. Sorry, mate, Karen.
Oh, just one more thing, and I'm just going to say this. When I smoked, we only had the little ones, so we had to build up.
Yeah, that because back in secondary school. So this is like 2006. I started smoking, and we used to do the same. We used to have like small little Rizzlers. What was it? One was fake and two was real.
No, I thought one was. Oh my god. Well, wasn't one real and two fake?
I think it was, mate. Yeah, he said that.
I hope so, because I'm thinking people are. See, I what swings me for this document to swing it more that it was real. Yeah, one was real. Thank you, John. Glad somebody's paying attention.
Cheers, John. Thank you, mate.
I think now, just looking at how they wrote bogus.
Yeah.
You know, because I did do a quick look on Wikipedia, and when I saw bogus written up on it,
yeah, that is a bit odd. You don't really find that in any other documents, isn't it?
So, yeah, I think that. All right. Hey, can I just ask now, because Monkey Silly, I'm just going to say Monkey. I ain't going to go
Monkey
for that.
Silly Do.
Okay. Monkey Silly Do has started it. I'm going to ask you now, what are you guys smoking? What are you smoking?
I've got Star Dog. It's a bit strong, so I've got to be careful. But yeah, it's my favorite. I used to be a cheese smoker, but it's kind of hard to find cheese. So it's normally like Amnesia. Not too much on Kush, even though Cali Kush is basically Star Dog. Oh man, I can talk about. I know my smoke. Like I know what I like. But yeah, what are you smoking, mate? Tea bags.
Yeah.
PG tips.
I'm smoking banana peels, man. All right, we got. Can you pronounce that?
Moxie runs
and mystery dabs. Dabs. All right. All right.
I need a producer to actually talk, because I can't read after this sign.
You ever heard of this?
Granddaddy Purple? No, what's that? What sort of smoke's that, man? Is that sounds kind of a fruity smell, like a citrusy smell, which I'm probably going down the Kush route. Granddaddy Purple, the one of the most amazing smelling ones, local polish produced Marcia. PG tips, yeah.
Okay.
Smoking Cali Kush and strawberry egg hash. Oh, mate. John P. getting it on. That sounds lovely. The FBI are like, what are they saying? What's these words?
We're all good, man. They got bigger problems to fry.
Choco Lop. Never heard of that.
Me neither.
Rural Runs. Oh, I've heard about that. I've definitely heard of that one before. Good old-fashioned White Widow. Yeah, I had that recently.
I agree. Like, that's a good taste.
Even like AK-47, you just don't really find that anymore. That's like a proper old school one. Like Chronic, you don't find anymore. You don't find Chronic anymore. It's these are such old school like style weeds. A White Rhino was another one. There's White Widow, White Rhino, and my favorite is Tallyman.
Never heard of that one. Never heard of that. Where are you from? Oh, there you are. I think that's. I live in Utah. Okay. Never heard of Tallyman myself.
Sad weed. Oh. Skunk. Yes, skunk. That was it. What Monkey Silly Do was saying. Yeah, skunk. That I had that. That was known to be very strong. Chocolate is cantaloupe haze x chocolate Thai. Oh, bloody hell, a bit of a mouthful. Is the best old school weed ones cups. Oh, really? Nice, nice. Man, that's anything with chocolate in it is like, yeah, that must be good. I had White Rhino in Amsterdam in 1999. Convinced me to go to green.
Oh.
Lovely. I'm glad to hear that.
I had some of that. I had some of
Thai
that.
stick.
Yeah, I had some Thai weed. I had some Thai weed not so long ago.
That's a Cheech and Chong thing. Could you remember the movie Up in Smoke? The police officer, and I think it was the second movie. I think it was the second
one.
Yeah, yeah. He's got like the gun stick, and he's like smoking, and just like constantly smoking weed. Oh,
I like the one. I liked all of them, but I gotta say my favorite one was when Nice Dreams. When they were selling weed out the ice cream van.
Yeah, yeah. And they used to grow the weed underneath the swimming pool.
The swimming pool.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I tell you what, Cheech and Chong is, if you don't get the stoner comedy, you just won't get it.
I gotta show you my a Christmas present. Hold on a second.
All right, go on then. Best weed to have in Morocco. I'll say anywhere that's in the Middle East, you're going to get good hash. I tell you what's good, guys. And my girlfriend managed to get this. It's a CBD. Obviously, it's perfectly legal. You can get it here, but it's quite a high CBD content. I can grab it up in a minute. 2 seconds.
Can you see?
Oh, yes. Yes, brother. That's a fucking present. I swore. Sorry, Rob.
PG-13. You're allowed one.
PG-13. All right. That's my second one. But anyway, and they got joints hanging out of their mouths.
Nah, just Chong's got one in his hand, though. Good old Tommy Chong.
Is the scene when they're actually driving down the highway and the whole car's like bonged out with smoke, and he just like pulls, like stops, like, I think we're parked, man. Absolutely brilliant. That's good times. 2 seconds, mate. I'm just gonna go grab something.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's it. I think we're at the end of the show, but I want to, what? Oh, thank you.
So, please, if you're listening, it's perfectly legal. So this is what my missus got me. Now, she can't smoke. She doesn't want to smoke because she's got to do drug tests for work. But she's got this. It's a fruit rock. It's from America. And it's CBD. And I'm not joking, Hidden. I took more of the normal amount, and it actually took the edge off. It's perfectly legal, and it's called. There it is. That's the name. So if you just want something, to like take the edge off, they got this. This is the hard rock form, but they got like a berry form. It is from America, and it's a higher dose of CBD. And it does work. It's actually really, really good stuff. So I definitely do recommend. You know, whenever a stressful day, you just want someone to take the edge off, but you don't want to smoke. Legal, absolutely fine. So you can buy it in England. So I definitely recommend that. They got, and mate, you can taste it. You can taste the CBD in it. And it says take one, and I had about 6. And I'm like, this is actually working fine. So yeah, definitely recommend. Go grab yourself that.
What, like, it felt like a joint smoke?
Yeah. Literally, like, took the edge off. Like, I felt a lot calmer and all that. So, but like I said, it depends on this is it's 1,600 milligrams of CBD. There we go. That's a better shot of it. So that's what it's called. Cali Candy. So if you want that, go grab that. So you can buy it in England. So please, if you're listening, go and we're talking about weed, but anyway, definitely recommend this. So if it says don't take the extended amount, just do it anyway. It says take one a day. I took 6. I was like, I could take another 5 if I wanted to, but you know, that's me. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Definitely recommended it. Not promoting drug use, okay? You're all adults here. We're all adults. So yeah, there we go, Hidden. That's
I'm gonna answer Moody's question.
Go for it.
There's a place called Cureleaf, I would say is the better one, because you got to be careful when you're going down this road. Go to cureleaf.com and they will hook you up with a doctor, and you pay this £50 consultation fee. Right. And basically, he will give you a license. But what this license entails, first of all, it's a £50 consultation fee, which I believe you will have to pay every 3 months. But you have to buy from them, but it's not any more expensive. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
But you can only buy from them. You can't like buy your own weed and then say look, I got a license. It's don't work. Sorry, but you buy from them and that's it. Bob's your uncle. They sell oil. They sell everything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what the name of that is.
It's called cureleaf.com. Go there. Yeah. They hook up license. You get a license. Haven't you heard of this?
No, never heard of it. Medical Cannabis UK.
They send it to you. This Royal Mail. Royal Mail delivers it to you, man.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll go check them out. But
they send you a menu to their shop. And the doctor prescribes you like so much. So the best thing to do is just doing your research. The best thing to do is be honest about how much you're smoking and what you're smoking it for, because again, it's medical. So you can't just say, look, man, I want to smoke. You got to give them a reason.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
But once you're honest with that, then Bob's your uncle, because they do try and control the level of the THC. But they do have, I'll tell you what, I looked on the menu. Yeah. The reason why I know so much is because someone that I spoke to that was a friend at the time, and he's still a friend to me. My door's always open if ever he wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
So he's still a friend, but he did this. And he showed me it all, because I asked him all my questions, because I said, well, surely. And then he said, no, they establish the level you're at. And he sent me the menu over, and I saw one, and I think it was 32% THC. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's strong.
Is it though? 32%?
Yeah, well, on the street, you're getting about what? 17, 18, lucky 22.
Yeah, but it depends on the indica or sativa, isn't it? Because indica is more of a
well, no, a lot of them is hybrid.
Oh yeah, true. It's not organic. Yeah, do you know what? That's 32%. But you say they do oils, and it looks like they've actually got edibles as well. I tell you what, I've noticed, right, and this is we're not promoting drug use. Like I said, we're all adults here who's listening to it in Novelli. Okay.
Yeah, this show's for 18.
Yeah, exactly. I find edibles more stronger and more long-lasting effect. 80%.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been that stoned.
See, yeah, we get 24.
24, right? Okay, so that's. What did you say? 35? Did you say 35?
Did I say 35 or 34?
I think so. 30. No. But it's, okay, that's fair enough. That's a high percentage then. I don't know if you ever find. I don't know if you ever find out with.
No, it doesn't. I'll tell you what makes me paranoid. Not with that. No. No, it doesn't make me paranoid. In fact, I don't know if you would agree with this, Nick, but it makes me a better person.
I personally, Rebecca, for me, I have a lot of anxiety. I've always had that since I was a kid, so it fluctuates. In terms of paranoia, I think that someone's after you. In terms of that, no, I wouldn't say so. If I'm in a bad mood and my anxiety is high and I have a smoke, I think it aggravates it. Is that the bloody word? Aggravates it. Sorry, that's the word I'm trying to think of. I think it sort of, but it's for me to sort of take a step back and say, look, nothing's going to happen. It's just me. My mind's playing up. So you got to take yourself out of it. So in one respect, it affects different people, isn't it? You know, people can get really paranoid when they smoke weed. I'm sure that people do that. But I think if you've been smoking for a long period of time, you tend to know your limits, and I especially learned through the ways of try not to get paranoid. A smoke should be, I mean, for me, it shouldn't be abused. It should be used in a way to take the edge off. You know, you finished a day's work. Some people like to go to the pub and have a drink with their mates. That's perfectly fine. Me, I like to have a smoke. Chills me out. Everyone, and it helps. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's got to be, what's the word? Oh my God, I can't think of the word. And what is it? Moderation is the word I'm trying to think. You can't just, like I used to years ago, smoke. You got to do it in a way where it doesn't consume you. Understand what I'm saying? Because that's when you can get paranoid. That is when you're going to get paranoid, when you start smoking too much. And if you've got an alternative mindset, like, you know, you're into like conspiracy theories, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you need to take a step back. And we said this before, Hidden, not everything's a conspiracy theory. But sometimes the smoke don't help in some cases with people. But for me, I just take a step back now, you know, and say, look, nothing's going to happen. It's just your mind's playing up. That's all it is.
See, my problem that I had, because I'm an older man, so the problem I had in my life was my brain wouldn't switch off.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, I understand. Like sometimes I can't get like a chorus out of my head of a song that I've kind of obsessive. Like I've got quite an obsessive personality anyway. Like if I focus on something, like I really stick to it. You know what I mean? I think smoke doesn't really help that at all. You know, but it really sort of depends on the person. But sorry, mate, I interrupted. Sorry.
No, I mean like dealing with certain issues and things. Like the neighborhood I came from, there was a lot going down.
Yeah. And
you kind of had to think a few steps ahead and kind of had to see other. You just constantly had to think.
Yeah.
You know,
especially like that sort of neighborhood, you've got to be. I think Streetwise is the name, isn't it? Streetwise. You got to know your streets.
It's not so much. I say, Streetwise does come into it, but it's not really that. In my opinion, in my opinion, how I saw it was I was lucky because it's who you know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
sure.
Through being seen with certain people or in the company of certain people, that's like, who's this guy kind of routine.
Sure. I mean, I live in quite a nice area, but where my parents live or there's somewhere a place called Knoll West in Bristol, right? And this is where the chavs live. Okay, you know what a chav is? Yeah. So that is basically like chav central, basically there. I wouldn't even like to walk down that street.
But in that little community of that, there's what we used to call in our neighborhood faces.
Faces.
And, we call you'd be called a face. Basically, it's people know you. They know you.
Okay.
And although they may know stories about you, you're a face. Once you become a face in that community, the only people you have to worry about are the other faces.
Okay.
And sometimes you have to worry about the coming up faces too, because they want to kind of jump frog. So you never can't be you never can't be tripping. Never can't be tripping. But I was lucky. I'll give you one funny story. There was this guy, and God rest his soul. He wasn't a bad guy, but he used to piss me off quite a lot, and on purpose.
Okay.
But I made it my way of never rising to certain things, and he was one of them. And he caught me in a pub. I was in a merry way. This is when I used to drink, and had a few smokes. And he totally just pissed me off. And I just called him. I had enough of him. So I just called him, and I said, you know what? The only way you were going to get me is right now. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to turn my back. I'm going to walk out this door. That's the only way you're going to get me, with my back turned, because you can't get me no other way. So here's your opportunity. Right? I did it. You know, next week, you know what this guy did?
Respect you.
No, he went and stabbed another guy in the back.
Get out. Jesus. You would have thought you learned from the experience.
I thought, you know what, man? You're playing with yourself. You're playing with yourself with these people.
Yeah, this is it. It's like, well, I do boot camps, right, on Monday and Thursdays. It's in a bit of a dodgy, not a dodgy area, where it kind of is, like a lot of burglaries going on. But the people that turn up are like the chavs, the big guys, you know, the big buff guys and all that, act all hard, you know, where they speak really tough. You know, they don't have a conversation. They had to like shout and have a conversation with you. It's just like, dude, just like stop being loud. There's no need for it. You know, you don't, like one of those that needs attention, you know. But I can speak with them in a way they can actually respect me. So if I was walking down a bad neighborhood and I did see them, they'd be like, they call me Fluffy in boot camp. They go, Fluffy, how's it going? Fist bump and all that, you know. So I always try to get along with everyone the best I can. But when you're dealing with chavs and, like Rebecca says, Adidas tracksuits and hoodies, then you go a bit, you know your neighborhood, brother and sisters. Know your neighborhood.
Know your neighborhood. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Me personally, I couldn't see what that neighborhood was doing to me. I met this girl, and I fell for her. I'm gonna admit that I fell for her. Ain't nothing bad about that. And she lived outside the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we got close, obviously, and I started spending more time around at her place, and just hanging around there and seeing how people functioned and operated and shit. I was like, hold up, man. What is my neighborhood doing this to me? Doing to me?
Yeah.
And I couldn't see the damage or the rot in this neighborhood until I actually got out of it. And I said to my friend, I said, we're in the fish tank. We're the goldfish in the fish tank. And only you can't see this until you're outside the fish tank looking in.
Very good point. That's a very, very good point.
And I'll give you this, man. After about 2 years, I left the neighborhood. Just left. Had enough. Said, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. No, I think that's the best way forward. I mean, Sherry says Fluffy is a kind of an intimidating name, though. You don't fuck with a guy named Fluffy. I'm going to be honest with you, Sherry. Look, the boot camps I do, okay, it's extremely hard cardio with the verbal abuse. About 3 years ago, when I started doing boot camps, I was very shy. I had no confidence whatsoever. I couldn't even do this with you, Hidden. I wouldn't be even doing podcasts with you if it wasn't for boot camps. And my boot camp teacher, he sees people's weaknesses, and he saw me. And I tell you what, mate, he fucking put me through my pace. I came home one day crying. He literally broke me mentally. And I was like, why is he doing this? Why is he being such a bloody dick to me? And people in boot camp saying, look, you need to like stop being a dick to him. He's a shy guy. He's a bit sensitive, and he's like, no, he's got to learn his pace. And it's only until 3 years later, as I'm still doing it, he literally broke me down to build me back up. And that's exactly what he did. So people say, oh, he's calling you Fluffy. And he still calls me Fluffy. Everyone in the boot camp knows me as Fluffy. It doesn't even affect me. I know who I am, he's not saying it in a way like it's intimidating and all that. He's one of these old school guys, mate. He uses the C word, all that. He talks about dick and pussy all the time. He likes to have a joke. He likes to have a joke, and some people don't really find his sense of humor a bit, probably a bit too crude. But everyone knows him. We always have a laugh anyway. So yeah, Fluffy. I like the word. I don't mind the word at all. So but yeah, boot camps. If it was for boot camp and that guy, I wouldn't be here speaking to you, mate.
Well
that way.
Well done.
So where are we going off this one then? It's nice this is what I like about these live shows. I like once in a while, just for me and you, just to go off topic and just talk about stuff, because you get to know me and Hidden. We're two guys, we like our smoke, we like having a conversation the best we can. We're shit readers. Sorry, I swore again, Hidden. I do apologize. That's the last one I'll do. But yeah, it's just a nice, relaxed, chilled.
It is PG-13,
and it is a PG-13. Yeah, even though we're Trump's America now, so could we push it a little bit to 15? No, we're fine. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's kind of insane, man, isn't it? Some of the stuff he says he's gonna do.
Well, he's done a little bit of it. He pulled out of the World Health Organization.
No, I think the most insane thing I think he said that he wants to do is rename the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, right. Back in 2008, the conspiracy theory was they were going to join Canada, America, and Mexico as one. And this was called the North American Union. And they were going to have one currency called the Amero. This is going back in 2008, guys. I don't know if anyone in chat has ever heard of this. Now it's all been implemented, right, as a way to generate money, as having everything as one. And it's not necessarily like a bad thing, because you want to create economic growth, sure. But the conspiracy back years ago was they're going to do this. Now Trump has now pushed this, joining everything together as one unit. And then suddenly Alex Jones is saying, yeah, this is a good idea. He's like, yeah, but you were campaigning, 15 years ago that this was a bad idea. So it's big, bold claims, but whether or not you go for it. But mate, all I care about at the moment is the JFK files, what these drones are, and what UFOs, what we've seen in the sky. Those are the three things that are just interest me, That's my personal opinion, because he said he's going to release the JFK files, and I hope he does. But the thing is, you still have people still in power in the CIA who could be trialed for this, you know. So I don't really see. We'll see what happens, mate. It's early stages yet.
Or probably the you know, for him to stick to his word and not lose face, it's going to be heavily redacted.
Most probably, I would imagine, especially when it comes to the UFO file or anything to do with JFK.
I don't think you're going to see anything with the UFOs, man. You ain't going to see anything that they haven't released anyways.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see anything from that. He might grab one or two old CIA cases or whatever files, FBI vaults, and say, "Oh, these were interesting."
Yeah.
But he hasn't. I don't think that. It's just because of the chain of command, and he hasn't got the authority to do that.
He hasn't got a security clearance.
Or the authority. You call it clearance, I say authority. He can't do it.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting 4 years, though, isn't it?
I think it's going to be wild, man. I know he's ready to upset some people by saying there are only two genders. But, you know, I agree. I never could see any other.
Common sense. People have had enough of this. I'm not going to go into this bandwagon. I'm sick and tired. Two genders, man, woman. We've got long enough. But yeah, it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. And he told those newspaper, he was being interviewed. Clearly, he was being interviewed, and this guy just kept on interrupting me, and interrupting Trump. He was just going, "Please, just shut up. Please let me finish." And it's just so nice to hear that. It's so nice to hear. That is a word I can't even pronounce.
It's blackjack guitar.
The icon should have given it away. Yeah. But anyway, let's not talk about that, because you know it's still a hot topic. You got it. But we got to step back from it. That's what it is. I've been rewatching South Park. The reason why, two reasons. First and most foremost is that I love South Park. But secondly, my daughter is asking, can she watch South Park? So how old is she?
She's 8. But she knows the characters and everything.
I would say, mate, being a South Park fan from the beginning, go watch the first 3 seasons, because that's when I started watching South Park. But not the later seasons. I think that needs to a little bit when she's like 18, I think. So
yeah, I'm not gonna let her watch him anyways.
Fair enough, mate.
I'm not gonna let her watch him anyways. She ain't ready for that kind of stuff yet.
Stick with Family Guy and American Dad or something like that.
Yeah. I tried to get her to watch because she watched because Christmas. You know, Christmas. I have a routine. I'm gonna ask you yours, but you guys in the chat, do you have routines at Christmas? Now, my Christmas routine is what I watch. That's what I mean. Do you guys have a routine at Christmas and what you watch?
Not really.
I always have to watch 3 movies. Well, 2 movies and a cartoon. I always have to watch a horror movie called Santa Slays. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I haven't, mate. No.
No?
No, I haven't. No.
It stars the wrestler Jeff Goldberg. Goldberg? Do I say it right?
Goldberg, yeah.
Goldberg. I'm sure that's him. But he plays Santa. And basically he deemed everybody as naughty. But rather than give him a lump of coal, he's just going off his head, killing people. It's so funny, man. It's so funny. So I always gotta watch. Did I say it wrong? Did I mispronounce? Sorry, I'm on like my third.
Goldblum. That's it.
Goldblum. Is that him?
Yeah.
No, Goldberg. He's the wrestler.
Oh, Goldberg. Oh, okay, right. Okay.
But anyways, I always have to watch Santa Sleigh, and I always watch Die Hard. That's my Christmas movie. Always watch Die Hard, and it's split down the middle whether it's a Christmas movie or not. I'm in the camp that it's a Christmas movie. I'm not going to convince you guys, so I don't want to get in the debate. But to me, it's a Christmas movie. So I watched Die Hard, the first one. The second one is also a Christmas movie that we forget, but I like the first one. And then I watched Cleveland Brown. Now this is where my daughter came into it. I watched Cleveland Brown. They did an episode of the Die Hard.
Okay.
Do you know this?
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
I shot a kid. It's so funny. That's all the fat kid says. I shot a kid.
Oh, mate.
So she watched that with me.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. But that's when I said, well, it's because of Die Hard. So I put Die Hard on for her. And she was like, "This is boring." I was like, "What?"
Oh, I won't say so. Mate, I'm gonna end the show for us.
Me too.
So there's one thing I need to announce. This Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, I will be going live on Alien Alex. It'll just be me as the welcome back show, as me being a new host. So that will be on Alien Alex at 9 p.m. this Friday. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and it'd be good to see you all there. And the support has been great. And yeah,
please pop over, man. I'll drop a link to give you guys a reminder.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, and thanks to everyone in chat. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. You've always been active. You're always very, very lovely. Even the rude one seems to be quite amusing. But yeah, it's all part of the game. But yeah, I like what we have going on here, mate. I really do. And don't worry, we will continue doing this.
Even though it'll be next. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'll be back. Don't worry. Our next episode we'll do. We do Antarctica. Let's do the Antarctica story. There we go. And I can get on researching that. And yeah, catching you all soon on Friday. Hidden?
Oh yeah, I gotta finish the show. I'm so chilled out, man. Okay,
you're extremely stoned. Oh, I love it.
It's like I'm a guest here, man. So I really don't know what to say, man, other than thank you guys for turning up. And we will say what in 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah, 2 weeks Wednesday. Let's do that. Let's
2 weeks Wednesday we'll do one. But if anything interesting pops up that we want to have a pop-up live show, look out for them, man. I'll give you possibly an hour's notice, but hey, if something interesting pops up, and I'm sure if Nick can join us, he will. If he can't,
absolutely.
He can't. That's how it is, man. That's how it is, baby. That's how it is. But, yeah. Other than that, man, we're gonna end the show.
Let's do it. Thank you, everyone in chat. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you all very soon.
And I haven't said this in a long time to you guys, so I'll say it now. Until next time, stay blessed and keep safe.
Good night.